Okay, welcome. Long time no see. I will try to keep this short and sweet. And as always, if you like what you have seen or understand from this presentation, please help to share and comment. And always reach out to me if you need any help. I'm trying to record this before I go for the Chinese New Year break. So today we'll be covering where's my slide? Yeah, today we'll be covering about river modern. Okay, so let me share the screen. Okay. Okay. Yep. So as always, people always comment my presentation is very plain design, but the information is all that matters. Okay, so without further ado, let's go. I will hide my face. Any onboard time, you can just reach out to me via my mobile. My mobile is always flash on the top right of the screen. Okay. Okay. So disclaimer, do your due diligence and everything and whatnot. Yeah. So River Modern has been quite talked about and is going to be launching in 20th February for the preview. Now, actually, who is this actually for? I will always like to highlight families who wants to take advantage of CCR area, River Valley City Living due to the narrowing price gap between CCR and RCR. People who have already tried Promenade Peak, River Green, Zion Grand, and really want to buy into this area at an attractive price, River Modern will be your last chance, so-called last chance, unless Plot C has been triggered for sale. And people who believe in the CCR fundamentals and its long-term effect. Now, I've already covered this in my previous video because of the policy changes and all that. Foreigners, multiple property purchasers, they are actually out of the core central region now, which actually we are seeing some form of reset. Now we are seeing that because of the harmonization effect, right? Pricing is very attractive. We see an influx of Singaporeans buyers, PR buyers coming into this area as witness as the strong performance, as you can see over at Zion Grand, Promenade Peak, River Green, and River Modern will most likely track the similar performance as well, right? And kids going to study in a River Valley Primary School, just opposite, there's a direct link way, traffic light, not zebra crossing. So there's actually a safety component there. So if your kid is 3-year old, 4-year old, you're planning to buy into River Valley, this could be a good project for you to consider. River facing, I don't really think so, because to me, I think I focus more on the practical side of it lah. But river facing is always a premium thing. Good to have lah. It's not really a must have. Okay. Now the site map, as you can see, this plot of land, right, is actually very comparable to River Green. But of course, River Green, it's more of east-west facing lah. The longer side is towards the east-west facing. Along the way, I'll share some of the key differences. Myself, I've been very involved with all the core central projects in this area for the past 1-2 years. So I'm very, very familiar with all the pricing, layout, and everything in happening in this vicinity. Now, River Modern will be directly connected to Great World MRT Exit 1. This is more often quite talked about as a selling point, because they do say that if you look at the Great World City MRT, right, even you are staying near the MRT station, the exit one, if you're at exit 5, for example, from one exit point to walk to Great World Mall, well, it can be quite a long walk lah. So in this area, exit 1, Great World City, you hit downwards exit 1, you walk to Great World Mall, direct linkage of Great World MRT, it is shorter in general. So your travel under the ground towards the MRT is going to be shorter. Okay, so the site coverage in terms of the pool facilities and all that, right? I would say that it's a bit more basic lah, or a bit more safe. The reason why I say safe, because here, and then 50-meter lap pool is here, and then tennis court is here. So it's very, very safe in terms of the facilities and whatnot. And I think that nothing very fanciful, nothing too extreme. 该有的都有啦. Those must have one, all have lah. Your clubhouse, gym, function area, pool, kids playground, kids pool is all there lah. So nothing to complain about. Say that hey, I don't have this, that. They also have this signature lawn area, which is something very nice. And it complements quite well with the Kim Seng Park joining. So when you look at it, you don't really feel that it's like a pro that there's a very distinct difference in terms of the project lah. So the designer, I think, it done quite a good job to create quite a like a seamless effect for the project with the adjoining Kim Seng Park. Okay. Now I'll go straight to the layout analysis. Okay, this video, I like to cover it in this way. This is not going to be a super long video. This is not going to be like I'm going to talk about everything about River Modern. This is especially good if, let's say, you are somewhat already considering River Modern. You just want to listen to the key important analysis about the different type of layout and what to look out for, which I will be covering at the end. So something interesting for this 2 bed 1 bath, it's very rare to have a 3 meter wide living area, because if you look at the nearby projects, some of them are like 2.6, 2.7. So don't underestimate this length, because it's going to make your living room more wide and livable. In fact, I feel that this is one of the best, if not the best, layout type for a 2 bed 1 bath in this vicinity. You also have a separate living and dining area. The balcony is a bit small, but I don't really think it's that important, right? The other 2 bed 2 bath over here, this stack, right? You have your bedroom 2 facing towards the east, right? Which has the morning sun, which potentially you have a better unblocked view. Because if you know this area well, north facing will be towards the Yong An Park and the empty plot of land. So the empty plot of land currently is plot C, which is not yet triggered for sale. If it does, judging from the good performances of all these surrounding projects, right, likely the developer will be bullish to place a good bid for plot C of this area lah. Okay, then this one, the kitchen is on both sides instead of the previous one, right? Over here. Okay, I use the laser pointer. Okay, yeah, instead of this one. Okay, just for a quick comparison. All right. Then living space and living and dining is also slightly bigger at 19 square meter. Same thing, you have a 3 meter wide living, which is very, very good for living own stay. And your bathroom too has a natural ventilation. Okay. Next one, this is a dumbbell layout, quite typical. Now more often than not, dumbbell is very, very popular, very, very getting into popularity by consumers, right? 2 bed 1 bath, 2 bed 2 bath, dumbbell layout. This is quite typical. What I like is that you have a kitchen area that potentially you can create a door, some sort like a sliding door or foldable door over here to cover up. Then if you do your cooking, right, your smell can go out from here. Then this is like a L-shaped kitchen area. So I think this is a very wonderfully designed layout by the developer. Next one is also a 2 bed 2 bath. This is a show flat layout. You can see that this is like a C shape compared to the previous one. This is more like a L shape, right? So this one, you have a slightly bigger kitchen area. Otherwise, the rest of the bedroom, living, pretty much the same, right? Okay, moving on to the 3 bedroom compact. This is the starter, 797 square feet. Okay, so when you come in from your main door, you have a L-shaped kitchen over here, and then a super long living and dining area, followed by your 3 bedrooms. Now your master bedroom, right? This master bath has a natural ventilation. Bedroom 2 facing towards a very nice unblocked view as well. Bathroom 2 over here. One thing to highlight is that the 3rd bedroom, right, is at 8 square meter, which I find maybe you still can squeeze in a queen bed, but I think a super single will be more ideal. And the placement of this bedroom 3, right, I find that it's just beside the kitchen. So it's a bit awkward to me. So I don't think it has that feel good effect. So this is just something for you to take note for this 797 square feet 3-bed layout. Okay. Now, moving on, this will be the 829 square feet, right? Okay, for this one, right, this is what we call like a dumbbell three-bedroom. Your dining area over here, there's a window. Potentially, it can look out into the river view. And then over here, you have a very nice big living and dining. Uh, and then you have a C-shaped kitchen over here as well. And then you have a proper master bath, bedroom two and bedroom three. The only thing I want to comment about is that at 829 square feet, your kitchen and the two bath still don't have natural ventilation. And then over here, I don't think there's a way that you can carve out an area to close up this area to allow cooking smell to go out from here. So potentially, if you really want to close up, it will be here, but a bit too big lah. But otherwise, overall, this layout is pretty functional, and I think it will be very highly sought after as well. Next one will be the 893 square feet, three bed plus flex. Okay, it's also a three bedroom. Dumbbell layout. Dumbbell layout meaning to say one of the bedroom the other side lah. Usually why we like dumbbell is because there is lesser wastage of space in terms of the walkway. So the lesser walkway you have, the more the more area goes to the usable space. So you have a flexi space over here, which you can use as a study area, you can use as a helper's room, or you can also use as an extra storeroom if you want to. Okay. Okay, moving on. This is another three-bedroom layout, which I will say that this is like a potential dark horse. Hey ma, dark horse. Why I say that is because you can see that this living area is 3 meter wide as well. Okay, this is facing towards west direction, but there is a Tower 7 of River Modern that's blocking it. There's also a surrounding projects that is actually shading towards the western side. And the kitchen is placed over here, which means that you have natural ventilation, right? And this facing, right, is actually facing towards the 50-meter lap pool of River Modern. So I can say that this one, potentially, it may receive good demand as well. And 3 proper bedrooms. And as you can see, like I mentioned, the walkway is not that far. So it reminds me of Promenade Peak 1033 square feet. If you are familiar with Promenade Peak, right, they have this layout that is also full west facing. But the thing is that for the Promenade Peak 1033 square feet, right, the 3 bedrooms are all facing the same direction, which also means that, for example, I just do a quick outline. Bedroom 1, bedroom 2, bedroom 3, which means that they have a super long walkway. But for this, right, the walkway towards the bedroom is shorter. So it means that the wastage of space is lesser. That means the space going towards the remaining of the square feet going towards the usable space is better, more efficiently designed. Okay. Now, this one is what you will see at the show flat, right? This is a 1098 square feet. Okay, this one, it will look very impressive already because of the 5.5 living and dining area width. This is going to be looking very, very generous, and you will have a very good feel-good effect, especially when you step into your house, you step into this area, you are standing here looking outwards in this direction, it will have a very 大气, you have very generous feel. Bathroom 3 over here, this is very interesting. This can be double up as a powder room for your guests. That means for your guests to use for the bathroom. And if you put in your flexi room over here, if you cover it up as a helper room, right, this can potentially be used as your helper's bathroom as well. So the flexi room over here, according to what the information that we receive, you can opt out of it if you don't want it to have as well. So you will just have a very big kitchen area, and then you do not have the flexi space anymore. Then you can just convert this space as a powder room for your guests. Then you still have a proper 3-bedroom. Like I mentioned, you have very little walkway towards your bedroom, which also means that you have very little wastage of space. And what I like is that for this bedroom 2, right, facing this direction, right, usually we are afraid that you are facing into the bedroom of another unit, but this layout we have actually checked is facing towards en bloc. That means you have privacy for this room as well. For this person who is staying over here, you are not looking into your neighbor's bedroom. Okay, right? Same thing, all bathroom. bathroom over here, as well as kitchen has a natural ventilation. So this is something I would say that very, very nicely designed by the developer as well. Okay. 109 square feet, very similar to the previous one. The only big difference is the area over here. So pretty much everything else is the same. It's a mirror image lah. Okay. So only thing is that you have a bigger store and a bigger foyer area that you can make use of. Now, I will not be covering the 4 bedroom because the 4 bedroom is going to be very, very um, niche market that people is buying into. But I can say that the official price guide given by the developer has already been out. The one in red color, right? This is the starting price quoted by the developer. So we do up a price matrix. Usually we use this as a pricing guide. I would say that to be safe, it should be around 3,002 to 3,400 or 3,500 range. So in order not to be disappointed, I think it's important that you prep that your budget or the price guide that you're buying, right, it should be falling within this range. Of course, if you want to buy the top floor, river facing, better facing, then you'll be pushing towards probably even higher up to 3,700 or even 3,800 per square foot. Of course, this kind of price guide is just a reference for you. This is not actual pricing from developer. So please don't be mistaken that this is the official price from developer. So we times the per square foot and the square feet that is already given to us in terms of the floor plan, and we get the pricing out already in terms of what you'll be expecting. So as of now, if you are looking at River Modern, do get prepared in terms of what you need to do in terms of your funds. If you need to sell a house, then I think better do it very, very fast. If you need to get prepared for your bank loan, do it fast, right? Because River Modern will be launching on the 20th Feb, booking on the 7th March. Okay. Now, we always like to use the future land cost as an information guide for you to take note that if you want to wait for the future plot of land, do take note that River Modern, the land cost is at 1,420 per square foot. Future land cost is slowly inching upwards already. As we can see, Tanjong Ru has already sold their land price at 1,455. Danyan Road, this is Bukit Timah, the Turf City area. This is not near MRT. I think it's about 5 minutes walk. It's walkable, but not near like River Modern. And Holland Link, this is definitely not near to any MRT at all. You can see that the prices has already been transacted higher and higher upwards. And you can see that all these future RCR area, they are going to be selling at a much higher price point in the future as well. Estimated going to be launching in Q3 of 2026. Estimated launch going to be at Q1 of 2027. These are the potential land plots that you'll be looking at, especially we are comparing to prime area, city fringe area, right? Now, the thing is that if you are looking at River Modern and you are still sitting on the sideline, you're thinking that whether should I buy into this area or wait for other projects, do take note that with the same amount of budget, let's say you have about 2 to 2.5 million, if you want to wait for the future plot of land, likely we will be expecting that this is the situation that you'll be facing. With the same price, you will be only buying into a smaller unit if you want to buy in the same area, or you will be buying into a poorer location if you're looking at the same price point. Okay, so this is the cost of waiting. Of course, for the fun of it, I usually like to ask ChatGPT because as much as possible, I challenge ChatGPT by feeding it a lot of data that I can pull out and fit into it, right? This is what ChatGPT has given it to me. I just want to look at it purely from an investment point of view. There is 0% in terms of the own stay element consideration. So the key metrics have already been given to ChatGPT as well for Zion Grand, Promenade Peak, River Green, as well as the surrounding resale, right? So ChatGPT is quite interesting. They say that this is actually very suitable for prime assets portfolio builders, CCR exposure diversification, buyers who are targeting 2033 to 3.6 exit. So ChatGPT actually says that actually this is very ideal for a mid-term kind of exit for you to hold maybe about 7 to 10 years. Ideal for wealth preservation, moderate growth, ideal for high income buyers targeting into this CCR market. Not so ideal for short-term flipping, aggressive capital gain hunters, or you investors. All right. So this is what ChatGPT has given. Quite interesting. So this for you to take a look at. Of course, I would like to sum up in terms of River Modern. If you are really considering this project, this is my thoughts. The pros is that this is by a branded developer, Cocoland, with very strong proven track record. The layout focuses a lot on the functionality and practical for own stay needs. It's possibly the last plot of land with direct access to MRT and river fronting. It has a very strong differentiating factors compared to the surrounding projects. It has its own distinct look and feel, and it's full sheltered to River Valley Primary School. This is especially important for families with kids going to that school. The pricing is still very attractive comparing to the existing resale project as well as the recent past new project that has already been sold. And like it or not, this is still under the older land cost pricing, which means to say it could be the last opportunity for you to enter at a very good price point before the next batch of land starts to hit into the market and start selling at a higher price point. Of course, to give it a more balanced view, I'd like to highlight some of the not so good about this particular project. I find that the facilities is very safe, nothing fanciful, nothing too extreme, very safe. You have a tennis court, swimming pool, everything. Of course, you don't have your, what's that called? The rooftop garden. You don't have your super big allocation of the gym, like something that you get in Promenade Peak. You don't have something like very fanciful facilities that you may get in other projects. So facility is very safe because of the land shape as well as the land constraint for this plot of land. And potentially there may be a high supply issue when you TOP, you collect keys, you want to rent it out, you want to sell. You may face a higher competition because we do know that Zarangram, Promenade Peak, and River Green has achieved very strong sales last year, tail end or second half of last year. So the thing is that when River Modern is completed and TOP, right, I am not sure whether there will still be high appetite or high strong buyer demand coming into this area to buy from you or rent from you. Of course, this one you really have to take note about the potential high supply issue. And if the plot C of this River Valley is not triggered for sale, potentially we will be the last kid in the area. That means to say we are the highest land cost, potentially highest price sold around this area, and we are helping other people to sell in a sense. Also something to highlight, I have personally already visited the show flat. The interior provision of the unit is not exactly luxe. Okay, this one, when you're here, I will just highlight to you and share with you more in person. Plot C land, if it's sold, it may create potential construction noise and dust. All right, if this is the direct north-facing units, this is something that you have to take note as well. And like it or not, certain layout, right, is a bit more. So your target resale buyers, right, it may perceive it differently when it's at the resale, right? So coming to the end, some tips that you want to take note if you want to go for River Modern. Do take advantage of the loyalty program if you qualify. Very selective of the entry price, especially you are buying 100% purely for investment, and stay updated for any toilet break for price increment during the launch day, and spot opportunity if the price gap between certain layouts are too near. For example, the 689 square feet 2-bed versus the 7973 3-bed. So be ready for plan B. Take note of the balance units of surrounding projects if your queue number is not good. Okay. Now, Personally, I run through this many times. Anybody who comes to me, I will usually create uh, what I call like a property journey blueprint for you to make sure that all your planning work is done up properly before we go and do property hunting. Do up things like your loan affordability, emergency funds calculation, property affordability, various tools for planning projections and scenario plannings, and frameworks to select the right property based on your needs, not the what's that called? Um, um, Not just the project itself, based on your individual needs. Last but not least, one-to-one consult, understand your current life stage goals, financial positioning, plan for your next move with the few options for consideration, determine the project entry price, and future exit strategy, and lifelong support after purchase, review every 4 to 5 years for opportunity. So, yeah, basically I try to rush through because some feedback from the past recording is that I'm too long-winded, so the video is a bit long. I think today I done a good job. I try to speed up whatever information I try to share. If you're interested in River Modern, just reach out to me. I will be more than happy to share with you my honest opinion and determine what is the best pricing for you to enter and customize a plan based on your individual needs. So with that, once again, my name is John. Do help to like, share, and subscribe this particular video. And you can reach out to me at 96338431. Thank you and all the best.